What's up, y'all? I am back like I said I would every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, today our live is going to be more about how to set up your own home care agency, how to set up your own healthcare agency, and how to get the funding you need, how to get your credit profile together so that you can get the funding that you need if you don't already have liquid cash. So, right now, I'm going to try to get all my girls online and we're going to get started. So, for anybody that want to start their own home care agency, make sure that you put your questions in a Dropbox. Make sure you share this with somebody that you may know want to start their own home care agency. Make sure that they get on this live now and share this with somebody that you know that we can help. Ask any of your questions that you want. I'm trying to get my girls in here. What's up, Nurse Shani? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, happy Sunday. How are you?
Happy Sunday. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. Trying to get Turk and Stephanie in. What you been doing? What's going on? What's happening in the home care agency? I see you getting your stuff on Facebook, so shout out to you. How many more
Girl, I've been
spaces that we got for for you to fill up for the people that you
um
said you
so
were helping?
so I got three more spaces. Well,
Okay,
two and a two and a maybe. I'm gonna
got you,
say two and
got
a
you, got
maybe. Two and a maybe. I'm working with somebody tomorrow, so if she don't get started, then I will have three, but two and a maybe.
Got you, got you. Y'all hear that? When we first started this, she said she was working with five, wanted to help five people get their home care agency and start off. Y'all better get in here. These seats are filling fast. We are helping
Yes.
people. Y'all make sure that, I mean, this is something that you can do on your own, but if you want to get there faster, we are here. So make sure you share this with somebody before we get started. If you got any questions, make sure you drop them in the comment section. Hey, Terica, how are you?
I am doing great. How are you ladies doing today?
Doing
Good,
well. Doing well.
good,
Wonderful,
good, good.
wonderful.
Good, good. And listen, y'all, for y'all who don't know me, if this is your first time, my name is Mila. I've been in the home care agency sector since about 2013. I ran another business where we revenued $3.5 million every year after for the last 5 years. We end up dissolving, and I went off to, open my own and also become a consultant. So if anybody is your first time to this live, my name is Mila. I got Nurse Shani and Terica. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody, my name is Shani, like she said before. I am a healthcare consultant. I help people get their business started, their agency started, non medical started. If you are an independent provider, then our agency can write that recommendation letter for you to go ahead and move over to the agency side. If you are not an independent provider with DD services and you just want to go full throttle into non medical, I can help you get that started too with just getting LLC, EIN, state registry. If you want to get your insurance, whatever it is that you need for as far as articles of operation, as well as getting operational and get going with your business, that's what I help you do. I also have my agency called Helping Lives that I operate on a daily basis. And mine is elderly as well as I do DD services as well, non-medical transportation, shared living, adult day hab, things like that. So that's who I am, and this is what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Y'all got that. And we have.
Well, my name is Terica Williams Store, out of Atlanta, Georgia. I am a financial literacy coach. Actually, have been in the credit and finance industry for over 20 years. So I actually have partnered and just joined this amazing opportunity to be connected to the Bulletproof Business Academy, where I'm helping clients that are looking to get funding for their business, but their personal credit is in need of assistance. So I'm actually helping them to get that foundation started right so we can get them to their destination, and that's get them to the funding table so they can move forward with their agency.
Got you, got you. And last but not least, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Bell with the Bulletproof Entrepreneurs and the Biz Academy. I'm a grandmapreneur, been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, and we come together with the Biz Academy to be resourceful for the bulletproof entrepreneurs. And
Absolutely.
so how I help with resources, I help with the formation and the foundation to structure you, to help structure your business properly so that you could take it to funding.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Absolutely.
ladies. Thank y'all for joining. So, as we always do, we just gonna freestyle this and talk about, the stuff that we know that we get the questions on a daily in
Hmm.
our inbox or it's just somebody asking. So, Shani, I'm gonna start off with you. What's one of like so what's the difference for anybody that's new on here between um home health agency and then non-medical home care?
So, home health agency is your skilled nursing agency, and that requires licensed nurses as well as therapists, and you have to have like orders from a physician. So that your client that you're serving has to have be under a provider so that you can get the signatures from there, so that Medicaid or Medicare will authorize the services, skilled services such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, wound care, oxygen care, stuff like that will be like your skilled services, whereas they were once in a nursing home and they transitioned and came home, but they still need some skilled services. So that's the difference between that. And then non-medical is just they need assistance with their everyday living. So activities of daily living, they will need like personal care assistance, grooming and dressing, meal preparation, daily reminders of medications, um, just stuff like that. So that'll be your non-medical where you're not doing any skilled services is needed in the home, and those that's going to be the first go-to, especially when you want to get started. You want to get started quick, and you want to just throw something together, get it going. That'll be the first go-to thing to do is like a non-medical because you won't need a nurse, you won't need a provider, you won't need any therapist or anything like that. So that's the difference between that. Non-medical, you don't need a skilled nurse. A home health care, you will need a nurse.
Got you. Now, how difficult is it to start, or how easy is it to start something like this? Is this something that is far fetched, as intangible, or is this something that can be started within the next 3 to 6 months?
Absolutely. So with non-medical, like I said before, you want to know what your funding is, what your credit score is, and things like that, so you can get the funding and get the finances that you need. Because even though it seemed like that's the first thing to do and that's the easiest to do, you want to make sure you have all of your articles of operation, all your state regulations, all your insurance, all of that stuff that needs to be lined up to run a business, handbook, employees, everything that they're going to need, like background checks. You want to have all of that. So it is manageable to have a non-medical going in the next 3 to 6 months, as well as um, I won't say 3 to 6 months for a skilled, because like I said, with skilled, you need to have therapists on hand, you need to have a physician, you need to have a licensed nurse, and that's RN, because RNs are able to pass medication without needing a medication certification. So that's going to take a little bit more than 3 to 6 months to get it up and going, unless you have clout where you know physicians that you've been networking with and y'all been having conversations and you already got something in the making and already going, and you got people on board that's ready to move with you. Other than
Mhm.
that, it's going to take a little longer than 3 to 6 months for something skilled. But non-medical, absolutely, you can get that rolling and going in about 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, I got that. So anybody that you know that's interested in a non-medical healthcare agency or non-medical care agency and don't want to do all of that stuff, don't want to put all of those, partner up with all those people yet, you can get this started within the next 3 to 6 months if you're ready to go, and we can help you and roadmap you and create a strategy plan with you. Or this is something that you can do yourself. So, a lot of people like the DIY, or they say they can't afford it or whatever. Of course, it's going to take you longer to get there, or we can do the roadmap for you. So another question before I move to Terica, Shani, what's the difference between like, because I know like in our thing, we also offer helping people how to put their group home together. What's the difference between a group home and an adult care facility or ACF?
So the difference with the group home, a group home is like a home that you don't necessarily have to purchase, but it's better to purchase it because of a landlord may not want you to run a group home out of their home just because of liability and stuff like that. So with a group home, you are responsible for everything in that group home. You're responsible for the lights, the water, the veteran, the food, the the people that live in there, the housing, the bedding, the everything. You're responsible for everything in that home, down to anything you can think of, the staffing, the rules and the regulations, the guidelines, the making sure everybody's is within compliance. This is like your home. So just think about your home. If something gets broke and you're the owner of that home, you're responsible to fix it. If something goes wrong, if the state comes in there and they're looking in and they're looking like, okay, this is not in working condition, you have 30 days to get it done. You're responsible for that. You're responsible for everything in that home when it's a group home. Now ACF is a little bit different, but it's kind of like the same because
Or
it's like a
I'm
base.
insert the word shared living. So
Yes, shared.
okay.
Thank you. So with shared living, you live in this home. So this is your home, and you just opened it up to have someone come in and habitate with you. So the difference with that is that they have to have their own space. They can't use the same thing that you use. So they can't use like your bathroom, your toilet, your tub. You have to do some rehab to your home to make sure that it's in shape for the shared living.
That you
So
can
if that
share it
makes
with someone.
sense. Exactly, so that you can
Okay.
share it with someone that you're bringing into that home. Because again, you're responsible for that person, but you get grants and like some of the waiver programs that they get involved in, they will pay for some of the rehab stuff. So as long as you have like the Medicaid and you have like them a case manager and you say, hey, I need a rent put into this house, they will provide those things for you. So, but with the group home, you're in total responsibility for everything that's needed for the people that live in your home.
Got you, got you. So, guys, I know in the beginning, me and my partners actually opened up an ACF, and we didn't understand the group home thing. And at the time where we're from, a lot of people targeted job and family services group home for kids. So, what we
Yes.
did was we created an ACF, and we went through mental health and addictions. And how that worked is either, someone has a pension, a private pen to stay there, or the
Yes.
state is giving them a supplement. And at the time it was called RSS, which was Residential State Supplement. And it would pay like $1,200, for that person to come. However, having something like that, what I learned was, like she said, you're sharing the space, but we didn't stay there. So we put on the application that we were going to offer 24-hour staff when we probably should
Hmm.
have offered less, maybe because we with
Yeah.
what we put and they came out and inspected, we had to do it, and it really wasn't enough money, not even with five guys paying $1,200. And if you got 24-hour around the clock care and and then you just paying somebody a salary, even at that time, $10 an hour, it still didn't add up. So, just
Yes.
be careful and do your state research of the difference, who gonna be your pay sources, who you gonna serve, is it gonna be private,
Hmm.
because private can be 2,500 to 3,500, which makes more sense per bed
Right.
than doing the other one, unless you're offering less care. So,
Hmm.
just be
Exactly.
careful. Terica, I'm gonna move to you for a second.
Okay.
What is so you help with the funding part and getting people's profile ready basically to move over to funding, right?
Right.
Okay, so my question to you is, if I'm somebody that want to get started, and I feel like my credit, or I feel like I don't really have a lot of debt, but I want to get started. What is a perfect profile for myself or for someone that wanted to get in this program, but we wanted to get them funded?
Well, I mean, if that person has a 680 plus, credit score, then and they really don't have a lot on their credit, then one thing that we want to make sure that they have is the proper trade lines. They want to have at least 2 to 3 active revolving accounts and one installment account on their credit profile, and they want to make sure that they're keeping their utilization on their credit cards anywhere between 10 to under 10%. That's the recommendation. And then also for them not to have any collections, no late payments, no charge-offs or anything like that, in order to be able to put them in the position to go ahead and move forward with getting their first 20K, on a personal side, to get them going and get them started.
Okay. Okay, so y'all hear that. So if you somebody that's saying I have decent credit or I know how to get out there and do it, that's the perfect profile. Or you might need your credit looked over, and also Terica is doing that. If you need to, we need to look at your profile to make sure that it's correct for funding. Make sure you guys follow her right now, book a call with her so that she can look over your credit report to see if you got the perfect profile that can qualify for funding or not. So make
Absolutely.
sure you follow her because she's helping us fix the people's credit, but then she's also helping us prepare the perfect profile so that they can go over into the business funding part, which I'm going to go to Stephanie next about what's happening in the Biz Academy. And if somebody because what we're trying to do is make sure that we're able to touch everybody, so everybody's able to touch this program from 3 different offers. So what is happening in the Biz Academy for someone that can't just get the roadmap like with me and Shawnee?
Well, the Biz Academy is active. And so, what's happening in the Biz Academy, we have business owners, we have entrepreneurs, we have people that just have a vision. We have classrooms where they could get started themselves on their credit, um, where it takes them through the steps that Terica program takes them through. We
Mm-hmm.
have a for biz formation, where if they wanted to know how to start their LLC, know how to apply for the EIN, know how to get the business credit going, we have that as well, where they could touch down and apply for their DUNS number, put in an application and create a NAV account. These are all of the things that you'll need to lead you to business funding if you haven't gotten it done already. And
Mm-hmm.
if you can't pay somebody to do it, then they could come right to the Biz Academy and do it for $49 a month. It also allows you to get free coaching. You're going to get
God.
a free coaching class. You're going to get an accountability call to kind of jumpstart your week. And then we're going to bring it on back Wednesday so to keep you online. And so
Okay.
our goal is to change the mindset with Coach Mila.
Right.
She actually has a call on Thursday. And so all of this is put together actively in the Biz Academy. And so if you're looking to start, and you don't know where to start, come on over. If you're looking to get started and don't know how to get started, come on over and we'll show you the way. I'll walk you through it and we'll get you where you need to be.
Y'all hear that? Listen, this lady just said for $49, which is a less than $1.49 or something like that a day, because we know $1 a
Yes.
day for 30 days is $30. So
Right.
actually, yeah, so probably for $1.25 or $1.49, less than a cup of coffee to get all of these steps for somebody to help you and hold your hand, because we got all the information out there. What we talking about now is transformation, transforming, really doing the stuff. Somebody's side by side helping you every step of the way, right? This is what is being offered in the Biz Academy. If you can't even get into any of the stuff, I would say take a peek inside the Biz Academy and get
Right.
started, because everybody, I had somebody text me the other day and said, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. My text was, okay, well, why aren't you doing it?
Right.
You're gonna pay me for my time. The knowledge is free, but my time is not.
That's right.
That's right.
However, I want to make sure everybody got what they need. Whether if you're Googling it, you get this information overload and then you just don't get started.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And that's what we all suffer from. We just don't get started. We know what we're supposed to do, but the thinking is like 20%. We burn calories thinking. And we know people don't want to think. We rather do anything but have to really critical think. So again, we got the roadmap. You can do the roadmap part, do it yourself for $49, or you can book a call and we'll create your whole roadmap to make sure that if you're interested in healthcare, if you're interested in getting the funding that you need for your business to expand for any business, actually, however, we got the roadmap for healthcare. Y'all
Right.
want to get on board. Y'all want to get into this because how many people that look like us is really out here, helping paving the way. I'm basically in my head saying, let me put together a group for the person that I needed or that we
Yes.
needed 10 years ago.
Amen. Amen. Say
Yes.
that.
For real.
That's
That's so
it.
Yeah.
true.
That we
That's
needed
it.
10 years ago because all I knew and all I told my people is I'm gonna fail my way up. I'm gonna feel
Yep.
my way up. This is not nothing hard. I know a lot of people think that they gotta have all of this stuff or all this stuff gotta be perfect. The thing is
Hmm.
just starting, getting started.
That's it.
Getting
Get
That's
started.
started.
right.
I don't have a whole I don't have a bad life childhood, but I didn't have stuff that was set out for me step by step. This how you do this, this how you do it. I had to figure it out.
Right.
Yes.
And the
No
one thing I
roadmap,
did,
no
I looked at my
GPS.
kids and I was like, how do I not let them down? You make decisions and then you like, man, how am I'm responsible for these people.
Mm-hmm.
How am I gonna make it? I had to put my thinking cap on and just get busy and feel my way up.
I mean, and you still, in the midst of that, you still let them down. You still disappoint them. You still let them down. But you dust yourself off and you keep on going because the
Right.
Absolutely.
focus is the top.
That's
You
it.
Yeah.
know what I mean? So the focus is the top. I can't stay at the bottom. And even if I fall down and I'm at the bottom, I still got to climb to get
Back
back up
up.
there because my
Right.
focus is the top, not staying at the bottom.
That's
At
We're
right.
going to
all.
disappoint. We're going to let them down. They're not going to be able to get every damn thing that they want. But at the end of the day, we ain't where we used to be.
That's
Nope.
right.
We
Absolutely.
crawling and pulling and tugging and pushing and doing everything that we got to do to get to the top. Not only for them, but for ourselves, just to prove to
Ourselves.
ourselves that we can do it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And that's the
Absolutely.
thing. So when you get started, whenever you take that plunge and just say, I'm just gonna start. And like Coach Mila always say, it's that pit in your stomach of nervousness. And you be nervous as hell. But you like, and she always say that's when you supposed to start.
That's
That's
right.
when you gotta do it. Because
Yeah.
if you don't never have that pit in your stomach of nervousness, then that's
You
not
playing it
God telling you to
safe.
do it.
Yep.
You playing
You
it
got to
safe.
get
Right.
uncomfortable.
You playing and save you in survival.
That's right.
That's nothing she always say. You in survival mode.
That's right.
Hmm.
Get out of survival mode.
And
Quit
let's
always
conquer it.
having yes, quit always having something in your back pocket. Get everything out
Absolutely.
your back pockets. Get all your survival kit. Let your survival kit go, and just take the plunge. You'll be
No.
so
Absolutely.
You
excited
just
with
gotta
yourself.
decide. You have to
That's right.
decide. If you're not gonna do anything, you decide. The other day I was out because she told me I'm moving. Let me tell you, I haven't even sent her. But the other day I was out taking pictures of houses of that's for lease. So I'm like, because we gotta decide. We can't no longer just say I'm gonna do this and not go after it.
Yes,
So everything is about making a decision in your head
Mm-hmm.
and then stepping into it.
Yes.
yes,
Because you
Hmm.
don't want to go, you don't want to get old and say, man, what would life have been like had I tried?
Right.
yes,
What would life have been like had I tried? What would life have been like if I tried to expand my business knowing I need 20,000 extra dollars?
That's
But
right.
I'm
right.
talking about, I got somebody to tell me I got them $80,000 the other day and, literally approved. And they said, well, look at the APR.
What does that matter?
Oh my God.
Look
Okay.
at the APR. You didn't even have access to this at first.
Come on now.
They need to be on the mindset call on
You
Thursday.
did not
That's it.
access. So what you mean the APR a week? The whole thing is I wasn't the $80,000 is not to put in your pocket.
That's right.
It's to
Right.
expand to make more
At your
money.
business. That's
Yes,
right. Let's
yes,
grow.
it's the bill.
So I'm literally waiting for the person right now saying, "Are you going to accept it? Or are you not? Are you going to accept it?" But you know what? I understand that it's a mindset, it's a paradigm that's
It's a
happening in their
It
mindset.
head
really is.
that's scared,
Yes.
that's scared to win.
They
Fear.
scared to
Yes.
win.
And I felt like, and I
Yeah,
knew I was pushing. I said, "Oh, let me back off because they got to figure out in their mind. Let me make the decision." I was like, I'm telling them all the stuff that I'm saying to y'all right now, and then I said, "You got to back off and let them, you know,
Make
deal
that
with whatever's
decision.
happening in the inside."
Yes.
Yeah.
hmm
Because that's exactly what's happening. Like the fact that they saying, yeah, like so they made up their mind, and then as soon as they said,
Survival
I
mode.
want to let myself down. And like the more you let your promises down to yourself, the less you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, like the one thing if I say I'm gonna get up and do something, I'm gonna do it because that's what build my confidence.
It
That's
does.
right.
It does.
I'm gonna do it because I know I'm lying to myself or I'm telling the truth to myself.
That's right.
Yes.
So
hmm
I'm letting y'all know, listen, this stuff, it takes some work because a lot of people don't understand that you get up and go to work every day anyways. The thing is, everything's thought out for you for work.
Yes.
On this side, you got to get up and do the work, but however, you want to get up and go to work if it's a job that you're not loving and do something that you hate for the next 20 or 30 years just to pay your bills.
Yes. It's true.
You're getting up and going to work anyways.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
All of it take work. So when I
All of
got
it
people
take work.
saying, I even broke down the other day how to make $93,000 off of one client a year. But however, it takes work behind that.
That's
It
right.
Right.
does.
Right.
You have to put the work in.
It takes work. So as soon as it's not easy, or as soon as somebody call off, or as soon as whatever, the person saying, "Oh no, it's not that." That's how work is. Every day at work is not easy.
It's not.
It's not.
People calling off, people, whatever. It's just that that job has created a covenant over you to like put stuff in place or had you sign agreements and stuff, but it's the same thing.
It
Mm-hmm.
is.
It's the
hmm
same thing. And caregiving, when I tell y'all, I can remember when I first went to the training schools to take care of people. They kept saying, "This is the way, this is the way." And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just, at the time, I was thinking about I wanted to be a nurse or something, right? So, but one thing I can say that that they said back then was, it's so many people that's getting older. I didn't even think of that. But even me, when I look back at when we started, I'm like, dang, I was so young.
Yeah.
So we all gonna need a helping hand.
Yes, we
That's
are.
Even
right.
if it ain't skilled or ain't bedridden, we all gonna need a helping hand. We all gonna need
hmm
our groceries put up.
That's
We all
right.
gonna need help putting on our support holes and stuff. So this stuff, however you want to do it, you
Right.
can niche it to what you want to do.
That's right.
That's right.
Because help is different in all areas. That's how I figured out when I got to Texas. When I started door dashing and I started going to the communities that people were starting to get older and they were staying in the rest out houses and stuff. But a lot of people I was delivering DoorDash to. This is when I said, man, there's a need for this. I was like, they were having me go to CVS, buy them some support stockings, elbow stuff, copper stuff, and I went to like 10 houses. And I was like, dang, they're not nursing home ridden yet, but they still need help.
That's
hmm
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They still need help. So if there was a service out there just to help and provide every other week to those type of that crowd, they need help with technology.
Yes.
Yes.
It's growing every day.
Every
hmm
day.
And there are
Every
some
day.
seniors out there that still want to be a part of this.
That's right.
Absolutely.
hmm
So, it's either, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and end this call because I'm fired up because I just want the people to get
Come
started.
on.
I was so confused about that $80,000 thing. I'm like, well, they called me all for the last 2 months to get them approved. And then when they got approved, they said I'm gonna owe an extra 20,000. I'm thinking, so
It's the
over
mindset.
time.
It's the
You get
That's the
mindset.
rich or die
thing.
trying.
If you
Yeah.
invest
That's
and
It's
you
it.
the
build
yeah. You
upon
have
that, that 20 bands ain't gonna be
it's
nothing
nothing. You have to
compared to what
invest
you're
in
gonna
yourself.
grow. You're gonna grow that so big and so large,
Yes.
like man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's only preparing you for the next
And you
level.
ain't and you're not paying it back tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
right. And when you actually have a business coach like yourself, Coach Mila, that's going to coach you through how
Coach you
to
through
use the money. They
how to
miss that
utilize
part.
it.
They
Yeah.
Yes,
miss that
how to
part.
utilize it.
Yeah.
But that's that
Absolutely.
survival mode. That's that survival
Mm-hmm.
mode, like we was just talking about, and having something in your back pocket just in case. Because I'm
You already telling
afraid of getting
yourself you ain't gonna make
started.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're already telling yourself you ain't gonna make it. That's why
And
I go in, I tell, I'm all in or nothing. Like in business and family relationships and relationships, any of that stuff, I'm all in. I don't think about even though, I mean, I know stuff can happen and go wrong, but the one thing I know is source got me, God got me anyways. I'm going to figure it out.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So you
yes,
got to go all in because you don't know what it's
Yep.
like if you don't.
That's
that's
You
right.
don't
right.
know. You
Because
don't.
the
You
opportunity will
don't.
just pass you by.
You don't know
You
what it's
have to
like if you
jump to the
don't.
opportunity.
Right.
I can't understand why people like you can only take yourself as far as you taking yourself. Then you got to reach on to somebody else
Yes.
Absolutely.
that's doing the thing that you want to do. Not asking your next door neighbor.
No.
Your next door
Hmm.
neighbor don't know. They just as
Right.
confused as you, and they gonna
Right.
say something as safe as you.
Or maybe even discourage you because everybody not trying to go where you're going.
Yeah, they don't know, so they're
And
not
they,
They
even
don't
wrong.
know.
right.
Mm-mm.
They're not going to see your vision.
Mm-mm.
They don't know.
And
So
they happy with you where you at.
Right.
They
Because that's
happy.
their safe mode. And
yeah,
so it's important for us to get up out of our safe
yeah.
mode.
Are you gonna push
That's
me? Like if you come to me as the neighbor, now you pushing my brain to think.
Yes, yes. No, I'm happy with you right there.
like, okay.
I'm happy with you right there.
Yeah,
Yes.
you pushing my brain to think, and that's just a big, when you think about it, you cannot ask the next door neighbor, you cannot ask the peers, you cannot ask somebody else that hasn't gone as
That's
far
right.
as where you're trying to go. And there's
Right.
no disrespect, there's no anything. Like some people got certain people like know how to bake cakes, they know how to do certain stuff and what they're good at. But if you're trying
Hmm.
to go to the next level, then you have to ask the person that is their point C or D. Not
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
everybody stand on a point. Hey, sometimes you do want. I just think I did a story earlier saying sometimes I would share stuff with people and I would want them to give me feedback for validation, but something in my mind had to realize they can't.
You can. That's right.
Hmm.
They can't.
That's right.
I got to give myself permission, and they can't see my dream. Because
That's right.
really, our thoughts is collecting 60,000, and half of is back in the day thoughts, anyways, a minute. So we all dreaming for ourselves. They can't see my dream.
Mm-mm. I can share my dream, but you
Yeah.
can't see my dream. I can
Right.
share
Absolutely.
my vision, but you can't see the vision. It don't
Right.
matter. I can tell you my vision and my dream 20 million times, but you can't see it. You
That's
Right.
can't
right.
see it.
Because
You
God
can't
didn't give
even,
it
you
to
can't
them, He
interpret.
gave it to
You
you.
can't,
That's
and you
right.
can't interpret it.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, what's for you is for you.
And you have to get
And
surrounded
sometimes you
and
got to keep that
connected.
in until it comes to full
Fruition.
fruition.
Yep.
Yeah. You can't share. I mean, down to the fact that even sometimes we're with people that we have romantic relationships with. Sometimes they cannot
Yes,
see what we see. And sometimes you just got to do it, believe in each other, and believe that that person is doing something over there. But sometimes you
yes,
can't share everything because that
Hmm.
fear and that reason in mind sometimes talk through those people, through the
Right.
people
Yes.
that we
yes,
love.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
But it's you it's you speaking through those, telling yourself that I don't believe
yes,
in me.
Hmm.
yes.
Yep. Yep. There's dream killers out there for real. There's dream killers. And if they
So
can
Well, sometimes
accomplish
we
the
kill our
goal,
own dreams.
yep,
you
Sometimes we
know,
kill our own
Yes.
because
right.
dreams
we looking for
because,
the
like Mila was just
validation.
Right.
saying,
Because we
because
look
we
for
looking
validation
for
from other people.
And
yes,
everything is not meant to be shared.
That's right.
You got to do it.
You have
So
to
You just got
protect
to
it.
do it.
anybody that's interested right now, I want you to type healthcare. I want you to DM us or we'll DM y'all, type healthcare,
Yeah.
type funding. Anybody trying to get their first 20 to 30K to expand their business, type funding in the comments or type healthcare. We'll be back next Sunday. Make sure you got your questions or share with somebody that you know that can use this live that's thinking about opening a non-medical home care agency, a group home, a shared living, and so on. We'll be back. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.